Hey guys, Happy New Year. This is the first vid for 2025 and I'm down at Circular Quay. Behind me you can see a ship. Just had to have a look at what it was called again. Pacific Adventure. The Pacific Adventure cruise ship is in town, docked at the overseas passenger terminal. Overcast day in Sydney today. The wind's currently from the south at 22 kilometres an hour, or 20 to 22 kilometres an hour. The temperature, it's supposed to get up to 27 degrees Celsius in about half an hour. I'm not too sure it's going to make it with the breeze that's pushing through now, but we'll see how we go. I myself, apologies I haven't posted a vid for a while. I think it's been about 10 days or so, and probably by the time this comes on it's going to be 11 days. Just been busy with family commitments, the Christmas period. I've been on the feed bag. I've got on board many Danish cookies, biscuits, Toblerone chocolates, Lindt chocolates, all the usual, glazed honey ham and pork and lamb and turkey and chicken and all the usual Christmas fare. So I've got to get back into a bit of work, and I started this morning. I went on my first 10k run of 2025. So I thought, given that it's a pretty crappy day today, and that was the other reason the video took so long, was I was waiting for a nice day for you, but it doesn't seem like it's going to come. I think we've had several days of rain, and we've got some more to come. So I thought, what better way to start off the new year than maybe do a bit of a construction update a few weeks earlier than I was hoping to do, but we'll get around the traps and check on a few of the big construction works that are currently underway in Sydney and see how they've progressed from the last time I did it. Let's watch a bit of the goings on in the park directly below the Museum of Contemporary Art. So a few bin chickens getting around on the grass over there, a few people having picnics, just starting to sprinkle with rain a bit right now. So I better get moving. Let's get around the traps. Oh, I forgot to mention, got distracted by the rain. I picked up a cheeky takeaway coffee at a place in Pitt Street down near Circular Quay called Associate. Wish I'd spied before and I wanted to try out, and it just so happened it has one of my favourite roasters loaded up into its coffee hoppers. Toby's Estate. It went all right, the old Associate. Off you go. As the rain comes down, I'm going to use this little phone booth to shelter myself from the rain so we can film the first location, which is number 1 Circular Quay, and certainly has made some progress since the last time we were here. It's quite several floors that have been latched on since we were here last. Now I was expecting it to be quiet today. I didn't think the builders would be back from their leave. But maybe this site, because it's so large, they're working around the clock maybe. So there it is, 1 Circular Quay. And I'll try to put in a photo from the last time we were here so you can see the difference in the building so far. I'm going to use the light rail to get up to the next location as the rain pumps outside. Alright, here we are at the Hunter Street connection, which is going to be the Hunter Street station. There's obviously a lot of work being done in the station below, because we haven't seen any floors added to the top yet, so it's still an empty cavern from this view anyway. At least we get the opportunity to see some of these ye old photos while we're here. Look at that old Elizabeth Bay double-decker bus. A lady and a gent up the top. A lady with a hat on. And the gent with the hat as well up the top. And there's that bus and car, and then you've got a bloody ice cart being drawn by horses behind it. Bit of the old and the new. What have we got over here? That's Hunter Street apparently. Don't recognise a lot of it from that photo. Yeah, interesting. We've got a Pitt Street. Pitt Street on the corner of Hunter. $1960. Those two Holdens in the photo. There and there. I remember those cars were still driving around many decades after that. Let's have a look at the next photo. There's another Hunter Street photo. And there, that building there, is still there. There it is. It's pissing down now. There's a botany tram. You learn something new every day. I didn't even know there was a botany tram from the city. That'll do for now. Even though I'm under this awning here, I'm still getting wet. Oh, here we are on the corner of Market and Castlereagh Street. Let's have a look at the development above the old David Jones men's store. Got the apartments going on top. Not sure this one's had as much work as number 1 Circular Quay since the last time we viewed it. This one looks very similar to what we saw last time, I reckon anyway. One good bit of news, the sun started to pop out. There's Hyde Park up there. Plenty of tourists getting around today. Plenty of tourists doing some shopping down in Market and Pitt Street. And George Street in the distance. Good to see another kiosk making an appearance on the streets of Sydney. This one's serving fruit, which is nice to see. Kensington Pride mangoes on sale and cherries. Very nice. Ah, there she is. The Harbourside Shopping Centre. What was once the Harbourside Shopping Centre. Under construction. Soon to be a bunch of apartments overlooking Darling Harbour. And a few shops and businesses underneath as well. But certainly it's changed a bit since we were here last. All of that section there is new. They're starting to stack on some floors there, and the centrepiece just there started to pop its head up as well. Let's get down to have a closer look. There we go, there's a bit of a closer look. Last time we were here they were filling in some sort of service pit or something just there, and they're craning in some big ceramic pipes. But that section there is new as well. Starting to build up some floors there, and there's that centrepiece that we were talking about before. That's probably where all the services are, and lift well and all the rest of it in the centre there. Going all the way down into the basement and the car park, no doubt. This southerly breeze is kicking up now. You probably can hear the flagpoles banging. I tell you what, that Australian flag's seen better days. It's got a number of tears in it. These Darling Harbour flags flapping in the southerly breeze. So that's it for the quick construction update. And now, given this delightful breeze, I think we might finish off the vid by taking a little skirt along the boardwalk over there and check out these little paddle boats that are getting around Darling Harbour. And then after that, we'll make our way over to Chinatown. Oh, here we are on the boardwalk. Let's get over and check out those paddle boats. So a few boats moored over at Cockle Bay over there, where the gangs are lighted and headed into one of the restaurants at the bottom of Cockle Bay to fill their gullets with the seafood in season. That brings back memories of all the different meals that I've had in Australia and how I rate them. And strangely enough, the best meals that I've had have all occurred in Queensland. I think all the culinary delights that are available in Sydney and Melbourne, you would never think that my favourite meals were located in Queensland, but that's exactly how it turned out. Had an absolutely delightful dinner, which I still rate as the number one dinner in Queensland back in the 90s. And I'm struggling to remember the name of the restaurant, but it was in one of the big resort towns up in Queensland, in between the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the resort or the restaurant. I don't think it's there anymore anyway, but I do recall it was a favourite with... oh no, there you go, it just popped into my head. It was a restaurant inside Sanctuary Cove. And I had a delightful entree and main. My main was Moreton Bay bug on a bed of creamy pasta. And that I rated... Oh, and that's right. And then for dessert, we had had this like bird's nest dessert that had all the toffee made into a nest, into a bird's nest, and all, you know, honeycombed around. It was an absolute treat, that meal. So that was the best dinner I've ever had. Queensland. The best hamburger I've ever had was in Queensland as well. That was in the Gold Coast. And that one was at no particular restaurant. It was actually inside the SeaWorld resort at the Gold Coast. It was a restaurant inside the resort itself, so there's a resort that's attached to the fun park. And I don't know who the chef was on duty that day, but the burger's never been beaten. Oh, here we go, here's the little paddle boats. These kiddies here are getting their photo taken before they head out, or maybe they've just come back. They've got some larger boats for the adults, got the big ducks. Of course, all the little paddle boats have to be over the other side of the harbour, so we can't film them. Ah, damn, I'll have to walk around there. Oh, this will do. Next to this seagull here. That green boat over there. The father's letting the kid do all the paddling while he's on his phone. Father of the year. This one here is doing a bit of filming. Oh, they paddle along. It's a Festival of Sydney on at the moment as well. So that'd be why some of these things are set up for the kiddies for the school holidays, paddle boats. And then behind us over here, there's a trapeze artist installation. We'll go over and check that out too. Looks like they're busy getting little kiddies set up to get up on the trapeze. I might not be able to wait that long. But anyway, that's the little trapeze setup they've got here for the Sydney Festival. Keep the kiddies happy. Given the enclosure around it, I assume that this is permanent now, this carousel. Haven't noticed it before. In between the Convention Centre and Darling Harbour. And it's called the Darling Harbour Carousel. Getting set up to have a little open air cinema here tonight. Setting up the cushions and beanbags. Warner Brothers Discovery. Does that mean you discover some Warner Brothers movies, or is it like a history of Warner Brothers? Here's your headphones that you pick up here. Doesn't say what movie's playing though. Just walking past the Chinese gardens now. I remember when I was in there, I filmed one of my videos in there, and it was during those delightful times when we had to wear the masks. You'll find that in my collection somewhere. But I remember there was an absolute chorus of cicadas when I was in there. It's like a stinking hot day, and the cicadas were just deafening. So a few kicking up now. Oh, look at those koi down there swimming around. Coming to the surface, think I'm going to feed them. Nah, got no pellets for you. There's a bunch on the other side as well. But no staircase there, so we'll go down here instead. Oh, there's a few more over this side. Given the number there are here, surely someone must be coming along and feeding them. Someone outside of the Chinese gardens themselves. Oh, there's a little water dragon over there. I wonder if we can get over there and see it. There it is. Can you see it? Just sitting on that little, what would you call that? Little barrier there. Trying to get a bit of sun in the afternoon. Oh, there's the old pump house. Do you remember the old pump house hotel? There she is. He's a bit of a costume up here. Wonder what event she's getting ready for. Or whether she just gets around in that get-up all the time. Oh, I think we're in Harbour Street here, looking towards Market City. That southerly breeze is beautiful crawling down this street. I can smell all the delightful food permeating out of Chinatown even from this distance. This four-wheel drive over here still got its Christmas decks up. It's got its tinsel on its bull bar. We could sneak down there to get into Chinatown if we so wished. But I'm heading down here on the Johnny Horner. I'm heading over to the Eastern Suburbs to help my mum with something, so I thought I'll get on the corner here and pick up like a little tea cake or something to have a cup of tea with her, or a coffee. I'll probably go for a coffee. Paddy's Market's open. All the punters getting around it over there. So as we stare up at the clock tower at Central Station, I'll say goodbye to you. Thanks for coming and check out the construction update today. First vid for the new year. Have a look at all the taxis lined up. All the Harry McNabs lined up for the punters alighting the trains at Central Station. Look, they go all the way down the concourse here. And we're not even at the entrance yet. There's like another dozen cabs from that speed hump sign onwards. So even though the southerly's blowing, the humidity is intense. I feel like I'm dead set in Singapore or Thailand. Might have to have a swim when I get to Coogee. Decided I'm going to catch the Eastern Suburbs rail out to Bondi Junction, try to cut a bit of the commuting time off. So let's get around it. Just made it onto the Bondi Junction train. Now the video is definitely over.